welcome back to Fourth Kingdom Podcast. I'm here with my post-game show for the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs for Week 6 of the 2025 NFL season. And let's go ahead and talk about it. The Chiefs end up beating the Lions 30-17 on Sunday Night Football. And I have to say right now, this game right here was a must-need win for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, if we ended up going to 2-4, that would have been a bad start for my Chiefs. I wouldn't know if we would make it out of the hole. And also in week 7, we're getting Rashid Rice back. Hey, things are looking up for the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's go ahead and break down. Let's break down everything that happened in this game, shall we? So let's go ahead and start with the Lions. Let's see what the Lions did in this game. So Jared Goff, he went 23 for 29, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and their team total 199 yards. It's pretty good. I mean, the Lions are a good team. They are a very, very good team. Now, Jamar Gibbs, they're rushing. He had 17 carries, 65 yards. Hey, listen, that first half we could not stop their running. They were running the ball down the throats of the Kansas City Chiefs. And Jamar Gibbs was averaging 3.8 yards per carry. David Montgomery, he had 4 carries, 24 yards, and he was averaging 6 yards per carry. Jared Goff, he tried to do some trickery stuff on us. He tried to do a little bit trickery stuff. Tried catching the ball at one point, like what he did last season. But he had 1 carry, and he had 7 yards, and averaging 7 yards per carry. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1 carry, 2 yards. 2 yards, and averaging 2 yards. And their total rushing yards was 98. Now let's look at their receivers. Or this receiving. So Jameson Williams, 6 receptions, 66 yards. Yeah, he was their leading receiver. Sam Laporta, their tight end, former Iowa Hawkeye. I like me some Sam Laporta. 5 receptions, 55 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was kind of had a quiet game. I mean, he was still making a lot of plays for them, but he had 9 receptions, 45 yards. David Montgomery had two receptions, 37 yards. Jameer Gibbs had 1 reception, 0 yards, with their receiving being 203 yards. All right, and let's see what else we had happen. Oh, we had a fumble play happen. That was big. Amon-Ra St. Brown fumble. Let's see what else do we have happen. Anything big happen with the defense? I mean, Jack Campbell, he had 1 sack. Aiden Hutchinson, he was definitely trying to force a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. He had 1 sack as well. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, yeah, he was definitely a person to watch out for. Also, let's go take a look at the Chiefs inactive players for week 6 before we go too far ahead. So yeah, let's show the Chiefs inactives. So the inactives for the Kansas City Chiefs for week 6 were Christian Fulton, cornerback, Jared Wiley, tight end, Elijah Mitchell, running back, Josh Simmons, he was going to be a big key, our left tackle. We've been, really focusing on our left tackle position. So that was, I didn't know how we were going to fare well, with having Josh Simmons out of the game. So that was going to be a person to be circled there. And then Malik I can't even. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but yeah, our defensive end, 94. He was out. So those were our injury list or inactives for week 6. So yeah, I just wanted to note that right now. Let's see what else. Now let's go talk about what the Chiefs did. What the Chiefs did tonight. All right, Patrick Mahomes. He went 22 for 30, 257 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And their team total was 243 yards. Isaiah Pacheco for the rushing this week. He was our number one rusher, which I'm happy. You know, it wasn't Patrick Mahomes like it has been these last few weeks. So that's really nice. He had 12 carries, 51 yards, and he was averaging 4.3 yards. Patrick Mahomes, you know, he was our second rusher. You know, he's still rushing a lot because you know they're doing like these different coverages on us where it's leading Patrick Mahomes to uh you know run the ball a lot. But yeah, he had 10 carries, 32 yards, 3.2 yards per carry. Kareem Hunt, six carries, 23 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. Xavier Worthy, he had 1 carry, 6 yards, and 6 yards per carry, with our rushing being 112 yards. Now let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs receiving. Travis Kelsey, he had 6 receptions, 78 yards. Juju Smith Schuster, 3 receptions, 57 yards. Hollywood Brown, yes, one of our big keys to this game. I didn't think Hollywood was going to do a whole lot, but hey, he really stepped up in this game. He had 4 receptions, 45 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He had 2 big touchdown catches, so that was nice. Noah Gray, I would like to see Noah Gray used more, but he had 2 receptions, 25 yards, and 12.5 yards average. Brashard Smith, 3 receptions, 21 yards. And then we had Xavier Worthy, 2 receptions, 20 yards. Kareem Hunt, 1 reception, 11 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 1 reception, 0 yards there, with our total being 257, 257 yards. So that was real nice. Also, the defense for the Chiefs, we were making some really big stops, you know, like for the second half as well. So that was real nice. Let's look at some of our some big notable defensive players. Charles Omenihu, he had 1 sack in the game. Who else? Yeah, we basically only he was our big person who had a big sack. I mean, listen, we were bringing a lot of pressure to the Detroit Lions. You know, Chris Jones eventually was trying to get to Jared Goff. Uh, you know, our secondary wasn't doing too bad. And listen, we were taking advantage of this Detroit Lions. These Detroit Lions beat up secondary, so that was really good. What our offense was doing, because you know we were doing some like dink and dunk plays throughout the game, which was very nice. That was very nice to see. So let's take a look at some of the team stats. Let's see what was happening. All right, and yeah, this was a dominant performance for the Chiefs today. Dominant performance tonight. I'd love to see it. So let's take a look at the penalties. So the penalties for the Detroit Lions, there was 4 penalties. 4 penalties for the Lions and 0 for the Chiefs. Hey, we cleaned up what we did last week against the Jaguars, which we should have beat the Jaguars, but we can't go in the past. So hey, but we definitely improved. We had no penalties, you know. See, that definitely goes a long way when you don't have a lot of penalties. The 0 turnovers for both teams. Time of possession. Let's look at time of possession. So time of possession for the Detroit Lions, it was 29 minutes and 23 seconds. And the time of possession for the Chiefs was 30 minutes and 37 seconds. So we were definitely leading the time of possession there, which was nice. Our rushing, or the Lions rushing, was 98 yards, and rushing for the Chiefs was 112 yards. The red zones made attempts. So the Lions went 1 for 2, and the Chiefs went 4 for 6. Let's see what else here. Total plays. For the Lions, they had 297 plays, and for the Chiefs, there was 355 plays. Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm looking at total yards. Chiefs, yeah, we were definitely winning in the yards there. Total plays, 53 yards. 53 plays, and the plays for the Chiefs was 62 plays. Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs were leading with a lot of things here in this game, which is very nice. Let's take a look at some more stuff. So, like I said, yeah, our big key player of the game was definitely Hollywood Brown, scoring 2 touchdowns, which we can take a look at. All right, take a look right here at this big touchdown. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Yeah, right there, that big touchdown. Yeah, down the red zone. There we go. From good old Hollywood Brown catching that right there. That was nice. That was nice in the game. Let's see. See what else we were looking at. Like I said, the Chiefs win 30-17. A nice win there. Oh, this was a nice catch from Hollywood Brown early, and this was when was this? This was in the second quarter. That was nice. Harrison Butker, he's still, a player I want to bring up. Harrison Butker, he's still missing kicks. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why he's missing all these kicks, which is crazy to think about that he's doing all that. What else should we talk about here? Let's look at some of the key plays. Let's look at key plays in this game. Let's pull that up. Let's see. Yeah, Sam Laporta. Yeah, he was doing some. He made this crazy catch in the end zone in the fourth quarter. That toe tap he did. That was pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, this was just a back and forth game. I mean, until until we were scoring so many points. Mahomes, connects with Brown. Like I said, Hollywood Brown, 2 touchdowns. Amazing from Hollywood Brown tonight. Let's see. Scoring plays. Let's look at some scoring plays. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty clean game for the Chiefs. I'll say that right now. It was a really clean game. Like I said, this was a must-need win for the good old Kansas City Chiefs. Jameson Williams, he kind of had a quiet game. He did score though. Patrick Mahomes, there was one point where he took the ball in as well. Yeah, he did this nice touchdown. Who else? Sam Laporta, like I said, yeah, I'm really high on him. I wish the Chiefs kind of had him as their tight end. Harrison Butker. Let's see. See anything else we had? Also, I want to bring up about the whole. I don't know if I can. Let me look for it really quick here. That whole Lions. Actually, no, I'm not gonna look for it. I'm just gonna tell you about it. So, with this whole Lions play that happened with when they got that whole flag, it was Jared Goff. He was trying to catch the ball. You're trying to be sneaky there, but it backfired on you. I mean, you brought it in like what the hell? Like I did. Jared Goff just catch a pass, and he just scored a touchdown that way. But thankfully, that was an illegal. That was an illegal shift or an illegal procedure. Like the Lions couldn't do that because he had Jared Goff had to take a step back. Yeah, and also there at the end of the game we had that big scuffle go down. The Lions, they were very heated there at the end, as you can see on the screen. There's that scuffle that went down. Um, yeah, is this the heated game? I mean, both teams wanted to win. Uh, yeah, Chiefs. Yeah, this, like I said, this was a must-need win for us. We win 30-17. Very, very nice win. We just got the Chiefs have to keep improving from here. They got to keep improving. And let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the at the NFL. Let's go take a look. Do. So let's show you guys. Let me zoom this out a little bit. Okay, here we go. So, I mean, we got Monday night games tomorrow night. We got a double header tomorrow night, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But we had the Broncos defeat the Jets. This was a London game. Really close game, 13-11. Like, my gosh. I mean, I didn't watch much of this game, but Bo Nix, he went 19 for 30, 174 yards, one TD. I was hoping that the Jets would end up winning their first game of the season because, I always like when my divisional opponents go down. So I was hoping that would happen, but the Jets, they didn't do for me here. I mean, I knew that the Broncos were going to win, but yeah, I just expected the game to be a little bit more scoring. The Cardinals, they fall to the Indianapolis Colts, which Indianapolis Colts are 5-1. They're looking great right now. Yeah, 31-27, big win from them. The Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins lose again in a close game. I kind of gave up on the Dolphins right now. I mean, Justin Herbert, he went 29 for 38, 264 yards, 2 TDs. I mean, Achane 16 carries, 128 yards, 2 TDs. I mean, there was one point where the Dolphins were leading, but it's like, I don't know. They just don't have that urgency in them. And the whole press conference with Tua Tagovailoa, with a lot of players aren't on the same page, and like they don't know, there's a lot of confusion in that locker room. It's not looking good for the Dolphins right now, and to be 1-5, yeah, I don't think they're going to be making the playoffs this season. Unfortunately, like I'm a Dolphins supporter, but yeah, it's not looking good for them. Patriots and the Saints. Patriots are looking great, 4-2. They beat the Saints 25-19. Drake May, 18 for 26 today, 261 yards, 3 TDs. Alvin Kamara, 10 carries, 31 yards. Hey, also speaking of Alvin Kamara, the Chiefs are really high on him. So hey, if we could pick up him some way, maybe trade away some things, that'd be nice to pick up an Alvin Kamara. But the Chiefs have been, our running game has been getting better. Isaiah Pacheco has, like I said, this was an amazing game from him tonight. So kudos to that there. But yeah, the Patriots, they end up being the Saints, 25-19. The Steelers end up beating the Browns. Aaron Rodgers, 21 for 30, 235 yards, 2 TDs. Yeah, the Steelers are looking great right now. they are looking phenomenal, which I was not expecting that right now. Carolina Panthers end up beating the Dallas Cowboys. What happened, Cowboys? The Panthers beat the Cowboys 30-27. Dak Prescott, he went 25 for 34, 261 yards, 3 TDs. George Pickens, nine receptions, 168 yards, 1 TD. Yeah, I just don't know what happened to to the Cowboys here. Wild game. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. Seahawks end up beating the Jaguars 20-12. The Los Angeles Rams end up beating the Ravens team that looks very depleted right now. I mean, no Lamar Jackson. It's not looking good for this Ravens team. Matt Stafford, he ended up going 17 for 26, 181 yards, one touchdown. Derrick Henry had 24 carries, 122 yards. Zay Flowers, 6 carries, 48 yards. Yeah, the Ravens, yeah, with all these injuries that are going on and the defense, yeah, is just not looking good. Also, Puka Nakua, he had a he had an injury today, which he's on my fantasy team. Which, yeah, hopefully his injury isn't too severe because I don't want to see Puka Nakua go down. But yeah, the Rams, they beat the Ravens 17-3. The Tennessee Titans lose to the Las Vegas Raiders 20-10. Uh, yeah. I mean, I wish the Tennessee Titans would have beat the Raiders, but hey, also the Chiefs got the Raiders next week. So that's going that big divisional game there. Bengals, they end up falling to the Packers 27-18. Jordan Love 19 for 26, 259 yards, one TD. Josh Jacobs 18 carries, 93 yards, two TDs. Jamar Chase, he had 10 receptions, 94 yards, one TD. The Buccaneers, they're looking good right now. 30 to they end up beating the San Francisco 49ers 30-19. Mac Jones, 27 for 39, 347 yards. He ended up throwing two interceptions. But yeah, Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, they are looking really good. That team looks like they are for real. And of course, the Chiefs, they end up winning. Like I said, they end up winning tonight. They end up throwing off the Lions 30-17. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, he went 22 for 30, 257 yards, three TDs. Jamar Gibbs, 17 carries, 65 yards. Travis Kelce, like I said, he was making a lot of improvements tonight, which was nice. Also, that Thursday night game, the Eagles. What's going on with the Eagles right now? They lost to the New York Giants 34-17. I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles are kind of starting to fall off a little bit. I mean, they are still looking okay. But Jackson Dart, he'd be throwing darts all over the Eagles right now. So I gotta say that right now. But yeah, and then tomorrow night we got the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my god, that game is gonna be a terrible game to watch. And then we also have the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. I have the Buffalo Bills beating the Atlanta Falcons pretty easy here. And this game is going to be pretty close, but I have the Washington Commanders winning that game on Monday Night Football. And both teams, the teams that were on the bye this week were the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. They were on byes this week. But yeah. Yeah. And also, let's go take a look at what the Chiefs have coming up for week 7. Let's take a look here. Let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs. So, week 7, we verse the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. They come into town. Also, we get Rashid Rice back. That is going to be nice. We get Rashid Rice back. That is going to be very nice to have him back. And it's also a 12 o'clock game. We don't have a primetime game right here, which is okay. Yeah, this is going to be another must-win game. Which, hey, it's going to be nice to have Rashid Rice back, and Tyquan Thornton. He was pretty quiet in this game as well. He didn't do a whole lot in the Lions game, but hey, we had other guys that stepped up, which was very nice. But yeah, we got the Raiders. Doesn't look like they're doing too much right now, but we'll see what happens. It's divisional games are definitely must-win wins. But yeah, I mean that was week 6, and then of course week 8 we got the Washington Commanders on Monday Night Football. That'll be another game we got to win, and then this game is circled right here. at the Buffalo Bills in a few weeks. Yeah, but we'll take it one game at a time, though. One game at a time. But yeah, that was my post game show, guys. Chiefs end up beating the Lions 30-17 on Sunday Night Football for Week 6. Go down in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, and also let me know if your guys' team won down in the comments below. And some videos I got coming up on my channel. I'm going to be doing a preview for Week 7 with the Raiders and the Chiefs. So stay tuned for my preview, and I'll be doing a post game show next week. Also, I still got to do my Crown Jewel WWE Crown Jewel review for wrestling. And I got more content for wrestling on the way. But yeah, this is your boy Juggernaut, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So peace out.